Hello, Jim. My name is Dave Pillow, and I met you the other day at the Ogden Home Show. What I do is I go around to these home shows and I meet folks and I talk to people. I check out their products and services, and then I'll go home taking what I've learned and I'll do a little bit of research on the business, namely their website. I like to dig deeper into the website to see what makes them tick and why and how they show up in the search results as they do. I'll then make a short video like this offering a few tips and tricks on what the business owner can do to their website to get it moved up in the rankings and maybe a little bit more visibility for potential customers that are searching for your service. So I'd like to invite you to sit back for 5 or 10 minutes and maybe you'll get a few tips and tricks on what you can do to improve your visibility. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started now. Here's your website. I first want you to know that I'm on my Mac and I'm in my incognito mode. And what that's going to do, it's very important because if you've ever searched on your phone or your tablet or your computer at home for your website, accentwindowsofutah.com, if you've done that 2 or 3 times, well, your machine is going to remember that and it's going to place it a little bit differently in the search engine results based on the searches you've done for it before. It would do that for your competitor. If you searched your competitor, it would do that for any website at all. If you don't empty your cookies and delete your browser history, you're at an unfair disadvantage because you're not seeing what your potential customers are seeing. And I'm going to show you that. I don't know if you've done that. Maybe you're showing up, you think you're at number 6 or number 7 on page 1. But I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, that's not the case. I went ahead and did a search for custom replacement windows in Salt Lake City, and I did the search from Salt Lake City. If you see that down there, I've got a tool down here. So I'm actually physically in Tooele right now, but this tool, Bright Local, local results checker tool, I can virtually put myself anywhere and search from that location. So I did a search from Salt Lake City, again, for custom window replacement in Salt Lake City, and I was going through, and unfortunately, Jim, I don't see you anywhere until I get to page 4, and you are number 39. That's going to be on page 4 of Google. As you know, you've looked on the internet, you've browsed, and sometimes if you have to go to page 4 to look for something, you're really looking for something very specific. Most people aren't going to go to page 4 for anything anymore. So that's just something to keep in mind with that. And I want to go ahead and briefly cover page 1 of the results page. Okay, I know you understand that these are ads right here. These people, Valley Glass and Amex, Mountain States Windows and Advanced Windows, and whoever's putting these ads in, Total Windows, Milgard, Pella, Salt Lake, these guys are all paying roughly about $24 every time somebody clicks their link, regardless of whether they do business with them or not. You just click this and they're gonna have to pay Google. I don't want you to think that putting ads out has anything to do with how your website turns up organically. It has nothing to do with it. Google doesn't do that. They'll let you get your website seen for a price, but how it comes up in the search engines is really up to you and your customers. If they give you good reviews, even on your Facebook page, that'll actually help with your organic searches rankings. So keep that in mind. Next, we'll talk about this map pack. It's actually supposed to be the local map pack. Google would rather have local companies in here as opposed to Advanced Windows. They're not a local company. They're a local franchisee that sort of counts, but they'd still rather have a business like yours up in here. And I did a search in the map pack, and I noticed I didn't see an Accent Windows entry, so I'm not sure if you have an entry or not, and I don't think you do. What you do to get one of those, go into your Google, type in Google My Business. Okay, you'll be prompted to sign in and basically build a profile for this. When you get done with that, fill it out really well with a lot of pictures, a lot of information. Again, probably maybe close to 1,000 words more just in this entry. And basically, we're just trying to be better than all these other guys. And what that's going to do, with a combination of a few other things that are called citations. And if you'd like more information on that, reply to my email, and I'll go ahead and I can give you a list of a bunch of citations you can go and do yourself, and you don't have to pay anything for. So that's another good thing, and that's how, a lot of people don't even get past this when they're searching for something. I'm sure you've done it before. You see something in here, you click on it and just go with that business because it's just handier. So down here we've got the organic section, okay, and this is basically how your website ranks naturally. And I say naturally very loosely because you can absolutely manipulate Google into thinking that you are more important, that your website is bigger than it is, more relevant than it used to be, than it might be right now. So unfortunately, and you don't need me to tell you that, man, you've got a lot of competition in this area, Salt Lake City and Ogden and stuff like that. Just so happens that most of these businesses on page one are in fact national brands, until we get down to maybe USA Superior. They have actually got two entries, and then Best Salt Lake City Windows. I don't think they're going to be a franchisee. So as it looks right now, the best any local brand is doing for this search in this town is coming up at number 8. Okay, this is a really tough industry to crack on the web search results. That's why it's $24 each time somebody clicks that, and Google knows it. It's very competitive. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start looking at what you can do to make your website more Google efficient. Go into Google and type in steps to a Google friendly site, and something like this will come up, and what it's going to say is number one thing to do is give the visitors the information they're looking for. Provide high quality content on your pages, especially your home page, as it's the single most important thing to do. And that is the absolute truth. That is the most important thing to do. Let's flip back over here to your website and check out your content. This is the bulk of your content right here, and I can't imagine it's 60 or 70 words. Now, these help if these were links linking into some other internal pages. Google loves that. Okay, the hierarchy and the structure of a website, Google gets into that. So you might want to consider making additional pages that these can click to, each one of these. Okay. Also, we're talking about high quality and authoritative content, relevant, and a lot of it. I would recommend 1,000 words to 1,500 words just for your home page. Now, if you want to get a quick start on that, you can go through all your other pages here and just get some information from there and expand on that. You probably have got maybe 400 or 500 words here. That's a guess. Again, I would take this, expand on it to about 1,000 or 1,500 words, and then slap it on my home page. That's exactly what I would do. Next thing is make sure that other sites link to yours. And what this is talking about is backlinking. So once you've got your page that Google likes to see, then they're going to want to see how popular you are. And this is what this is talking about. We want to get links from other influential and powerful websites pointing to yours. Okay, and how to do that is there's many different ways to do that. The easiest way is probably to go and to find some good blogs that are relevant to your industry, talking about window replacement, custom windows, home improvement, things like that. And you know, want to make sure those have a do follow attribute to that link, or else it's really not gonna, it'll help a little bit, but until you get that do follow link, that's when that power flows through into your site. So that's what we're looking for. And get back with me and I'll show you how to find these do follow links. Third thing is make your site easily accessible. Mainly what they're talking about right here is mobile friendly, you know, on mobile devices. People search on their phones. I'm looking at this article right here from Search Engine Land, and this is a pretty big resource for me doing what I do. And back in 2015 they wrote an article that says Google says more searches are now done on the mobile devices than desktop. That was 3 years ago. Um, as you know, people are always staring at their phones. They may be on Facebook and Pinterest and all that stuff, but they're also doing their Google searches for stuff they need done around the house. Good thing for you is you have a mobile friendly page website. There's nothing you have to do right now to fix that. Now once you start adding more content and more pictures, that may throw it off a little bit, and this will be able to tell you. So, and it'll also be able to tell you if you do have errors, what they are, and how to fix them. So this is a good little site if you're interested in keeping your page mobile friendly. So here's another tool that I use, and it's called Majestic. And what Majestic is going to do, it's going to show me all the backlinks that we were just talking about from those influential sites that are pointing into your site. Okay, you don't have a whole lot. I don't know how new this site is, but there's just not a whole lot. You've Cache Valley Home and Garden Show. Okay, you didn't get a whole lot of juice from that. Okay, this Zip Local. Okay, so this is probably a directory site that you've put into. It looks like it should be a follow link. It would say no follow right here if it wasn't, and they should be passing you up on some of all this juice. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing where it's showing up. When I go to your summary, I'm still looking at like a 0 and a 19. Some of that's where that's at. I'm going to check this root site. Yeah, 0 and 9. So not doing very well on that. So what I would suggest is just try to get more backlinks. Again, get with me and I can direct you on how to get some more backlinks for that. But what you've been doing, Bear River Valley Showcase, that's how you do that. Okay, and you did, whether you put this as your anchor text or they did it, that really helps, as opposed to this Cache Valley Home and Garden Show where the anchor text is just here. That doesn't tell Google what is here. You know, this is the best one you could do: door and window replacement in Bountiful, door and window replacement in Salt Lake City, things like that. So if you can get onto one of these sites, and I think this is a directory site or something like that, that's obviously a home and garden show. Definitely want to keep in accent windows or doors and windows, something like that. Okay. I did some research on your competitors as well. Window World of Utah. This is where they pop up as far as that score I was telling you about. And I understand this is kind of Greek to you right now, but generally, just you have to trust me on the higher the score on these two things, the better your search engine results is going to be. Okay. The thing about Window World Utah and the thing about this guy Amsco, they're big companies. They're franchisees out in Salt Lake City and Ogden and all that stuff. So the bigger parent company takes care of all their SEO, takes care of all their link getting. They've paid to be a sponsor at the Salt Lake Tribune Home Show, which is coming up, by the way. And I'll show you that. This is here's that Salt Lake Tribune Home Show, and basically what they've paid for to become a sponsor, and in return they get this, which is a do follow link, and that carries some of the juice or some of the power from the Salt Lake Tribune Home Show website. Does that make sense? You get to start getting a collection of those, and that's when you'll start to see Google thinking that your website is more, or has become more relevant than, say, what it is right now. Okay. Now there's some other things you can go around and sell, basically work with local companies like Amsco has done. Amsco, it looks like they're the only window sponsor for this business, so maybe they provide windows for some of their businesses, for their storefronts. I don't know, but that's another thing you could do. Go try to get these big business contracts, these commercial contracts, and see if you can get a do follow link from them, because it's really just a popularity contest. Okay. And then we got Facebook, and I don't even know if you know about this page yet or not, but it doesn't look like you've claimed it. It's an unofficial page. It's already made up for you. It's accent windows. I don't know if you had an old phone number or something like that, but this lady, Joe Hooten, is thanking you, Jim Hall, that's you, for the beautiful windows. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you remember this lady. I don't know if you had to bribe her by giving her a discount or whatever to give you this this review, but regardless, I would take advantage of it. Go ahead and claim this page and start telling your customers to give you better, give you some reviews because you're really looking to improve your web presence. I want to show you a few things that I've done for a client of mine in Austin. He's a paving guy, and this is going to be what's going to get your website seen. Something like this, scattered about with pictures and a whole bunch of content, some of it bolded, some of it in italic, and Google actually reads your site like a person, and they want to see things like these backlinks or these internal page links. These pages don't have to have as many words, as much content, but the more that it has, the better it will be. Just have a few pictures and all that stuff describing that part of your service. And some of them don't have to have any content as far as words on some of those pages, but Google just likes to see a structure and a hierarchy of a web page. So anyhow, again, go over this steps to make your Google friendly site and start doing some of these things. Maybe do a little bit of research on the best way to do these, but this is what Google likes, and this is what I see that your website is lacking. Again, all you need to do is find out what your competitors are doing and do it even better. So well, this went a lot longer than I wanted it to, 16 minutes long. I hope you got some value out of this. If you did, or even if you didn't, I would appreciate some feedback. Reply to this email or just head over to my website, leadgenadvisor.com. I would take any feedback, any critiques as well. I'm really looking to help some local businesses get over the hump of not being seen because of these other guys are spending a whole lot of money. And you don't got to spend a whole lot of money to do it. You really don't have to spend any if you're willing to do all the work yourself. But again, it is what it is, just like with everything else. So thanks for your time, and I hope to hear back from you soon. Again, my name is Dave, leadgenadvisor.com. Thanks a lot. Bye.